If this is your first time here, my name is Patricia. I'm a registered nurse. I paid off my mortgage after setting out the goal to do it after 3 years. Been in the house for 5 years. So yeah, it took me 3 years to pay off my mortgage, and then I became an insurance agency owner and get ready to pay off that office space. So yeah, welcome to the channel. I'm not some random girl on YouTube, believe it or not. So you may want to subscribe, okay? So I have a lot of things going on in my head, and I have not been on here for a while. I need to let it out. I need to let out what's going on here, out here, okay? Stop talking to myself about it in the shower, okay? I need to talk about it here on YouTube. So, hey, how you guys doing? So anyways, like I said, I have a lot to unpack here. I have a lot to say. Let's get right into it, guys. So anyways, like I said, I am in the process of paying off my office space. I have $38,000 left. I want to make this crispy clear when I say this. I am not paying off my office space with my money. I'm paying it off from my clients. My clients are paying off my office space. I think it's very important for people to understand that, because if you think that getting an office is an expense, if you think that paying it off is a expense, or it's too much, or it's something that you can't do, number one, you ain't doing it. Your clients are doing it. So what are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? So I think having an office is definitely a valuable asset to your business. And if your business fell, hey, you got your office, you can pay it off. It's real estate. So the more real estate, the better. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, like I said, I have a lot to say. So come on in. Let me cross my legs. Let me get comfortable over here. I have my water, and today is Sunday. And my mom is over. My son he just turned 16. So I said, Mom, son, take my car, go drive. My son is learning how to drive, so that way I can be here with you guys. And just, you know, my daughter's with her dad. So it's just me and you and a lot of me talking, okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to go back a little bit. When I was a nurse, I'm still a registered nurse, but I'm not active, right? When I was a registered nurse, I set out this goal for myself, and that was to pay off my mortgage, okay? When I paid off the mortgage, then it became this thing like, what about, you know what I'm saying? I just thought about, I want more. I don't want to work for someone for the rest of my life. I don't want to ask for PTO. I don't want to ask for time off. I don't want to do that anymore. So I decided to go ahead and start my own business, and that's what I did. So now I'm here. I'm at my business, working at my business or whatever, but my business is a job. At the end of the day, it's still a job, okay? When I want time off, I still have to look at the calendar and make sure that I don't have, you know, scheduled appointments or whatever the case may be. It's still a job. It's still a job at the end of the day, right? So with my mind, I'm thinking, how do I turn this job into a business? And how do I take the opportunity right now, the money that I'm making from this job / business, how do I turn that to more? How do I turn that to more assets? How do I turn that to more businesses, or whatever the case may be? Because I don't want to just retire and sell my business or pass it on to my kids. I actually want more. How about that? I actually want more. So this video is about that. How do you achieve more? How do you take an opportunity and excel in it, and also multiply it and make something out of nothing, okay? Because me being a nurse, then paying off my home, when is it supposed to turn into this? So if I got that into this, having a business, right? If I got here, how do I take this business and take it to the next level? So that's where my mind is. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm in the shower. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm at work. That's what I'm thinking about when I'm laying in bed. How do I turn this into something greater, into the next level? How do I do that? And that's what I want to talk about in this video. If I do not take, okay, so when I was a nurse, I was making 6 figures, right? So this business is going to get me past 6 figures, right? So if it's going to get me past 6 figures, then what do I need to do to multiply that, right? If I was making about $10,000 a month as a registered nurse, now I'm past that, right? So if I'm past that, and I don't even need that much money to live off of, then whatever I'm making past that need to take me to the next level, okay? If I don't become a millionaire, if I don't have multiple assets, if I don't have multiple properties, if I don't turn this into multiple businesses or different opportunities, then I have failed. That's literally how I look at it. I have failed. I have failed you. Don't watch my videos anymore. You're wasting your time. If this is only going to be me about having a job, right, in a business, I have failed, because at the end of the day, there's more to that. There's so much money in this world that is freaking crazy. And no, money is not the root of all evil. People are, period, okay? So money is supposed to help you, you know, it's supposed to elevate you. It's supposed to give you the lifestyle that you want, right? So yeah, that's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about today. So I've been thinking about this a lot, like I said, and I'm getting to the point where I can see myself making about, I don't even want to say, but I'm going to say about 50K a month, okay? 50K a month. Okay, so if I'm making 50K a month, I'm not making that now, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. So if I'm making 50K a month, what does that mean? You need to take that 50K and turn it to something else. That 50K needs to turn into maybe 100K a month, right? That's the goal here. That's the purpose, okay? But is that what you want? Is that the end goal? When I'm 70 years old, 80 years old, do I want to be like, oh, I remember when I made 50K a month, darling. I made 100K a month. I was rolling in the dough. No, that's actually not the goal at all. That's not the goal. I want to have property. I want to have so much real estate. When I go, if God let me live that long, I want my kids to be like, okay, mom has 10 homes. How are we going to split all this? What we need to do? She has so many businesses. We got to steal all this. Or whatever the case, whatever my kids want to do, that's what I want. That's what I want, okay? I paid off my house. Big deal. Who cares? Like, I live here, so it's not really an asset, okay? If I sell this house right now, if I sell this, okay, so I bought this house for $200,000. If I sell this house for $500,000, I made $300,000. Okay, I walk away with $500,000 because I don't owe anyone anything. Whoopie-doo. Who cares? I would still have to go buy another house, right? And the housing market right now is so high, so I'm back at ground zero. That's literally how I see it. So that means if you're making 50K a month, Patricia, you need to have properties after properties after properties. Hello? So that's where I am right now. I'm like literally taking these steps to make that happen. My portfolio has to get bigger than me. It has to, right? So that's how I see it. So I just been thinking, and I just been like really, instead of subconsciously like landing into opportunities, because this far I have been subconsciously getting these great opportunities, right? Because I never in my mind thought I would leave nursing to sell insurance. Is selling insurance my passion? Not really. Helping people is my passion. That's why I got into nursing, right? So if selling insurance is not my passion, I love it. I love what I do, don't get me wrong. Then that means that the possibility of me doing this for the next 30 years may not be the case, right? That may not be the case. Something may change. And I want to see where I could take my living to the next level. That's the whole goal for me anyways. So I want to purchase land. I want to purchase multiple real estate. That's why I'm paying off this office, make it another office. I don't know, but I know that the goal is not to just make 50K a month or 100K or whatever the K is or whatever the amount is. Don't matter how many zeros. That's not even the case. The case is, how do I get the next generation to multiply that? I need to multiply it first, right? Because then it's like, that's what she did. This was her, you know, her, like that was the ground for my children, you know what I'm saying? Or my grandkids or whatever the case is. Like, this is the legend. This is what she left behind. What do we need to do to, you know, maybe they don't have to do anything. Maybe they just sell it or whatever. But the purpose is that the whole idea is that I'm clearly just working, right? I'm just working. I call it a business because I, you know, started it. I named it. I got the license. I have the office space. So it's a business, right? Taxes, IRS calls it a business, right? So that's why it's called a business, but at the end of the day, it's still a job. And I want to know how to tap into real estate. I want to know how to tap into, you know, turning this business to something bigger. So for me, the idea is this. If I went from living in poverty, right, becoming a nurse, owning my own home, paying it off, to becoming a insurance broker, having my own agency, doing well, what's next? I know, like, it's like, are you satisfied? Obviously, I'm not satisfied. So what is next? Just for me being so curious and just being, you know, like wanting to know more. There has to be something more. And me doing my own researches and stuff, I've learned there's so many secret businesses I can tap into related to this business, you know? It all works hand in hand just by knowing your demographics, right? If I could offer my clients this, maybe I could offer them this, right? Next thing you know, you have two businesses working side by side, right? So now I can have two businesses, or I can turn these two businesses to a third business, right? There's so many secret businesses in this industry. It's crazy to me. So I'm tapping into that. What other resources I can tap into, and what other businesses work with this business to make this a bigger business, and how I can make this business turn into something else as far as real estate, because I want to own real estate, period. Like I said, me being in this home, to me, it does not count. Even though the house is paid for, it does not count. So what do I need to do then? I need to buy more property. I need to invest more. I need to tap into other businesses. So that's where I am right now. How do I take this business and convert it, not convert it, but add another business to it that works hand in hand? So that way, if I decided, hey, I want to sell this business, actually I have two businesses to sell, honey, not just one, it's two. There's two entities here, okay? So yeah, I don't know, I'm just talking, I guess, not really, because I have a lot to say and do, and you guys are going to see it, because I'm going to share it, obviously. Alrighty guys, so I want to talk about 3 key themes that are stuck here that needs to come out, okay? So the first thing is, if I'm making, or my business is making over my nursing salary, and I don't even need the nursing salary to live off of, because I don't need much to live off of because I don't have a mortgage. So if I don't need $10,000 a month to live off of, but I'm making more than that, then what do I do with that extra 10, 20, 30, 40,000 or whatever it is that the revenue is bringing in? What do I do with that? Do I let it sit in the business? Do I invest this? How do I turn that to to the next thing, because there's a next thing that's supposed to be happening, but when you're in it right now, you don't know what that next thing is. But I'm going to tap into that because I know there's something more for me to do than just be write policies. Does that make any sense? I hope that makes any sense, because I don't know, it makes a lot of sense to me. I hope it's making sense to you. So anyway, so number one, I need to figure out, how do I tap into my resources, right? If I'm making, let's say, $40,000, but I only need $10,000 to live off of, what do I do with that extra 20 or 30? What do I do with that? Let it sit in the bank? No, you gotta do something with that, okay? So that's one thing that I know I need to tap into when it comes to my business and investing and things like that. Second thing, wrote this down, okay? Second thing is creating more assets. I need to create more assets, okay? I want to have more properties. I probably want to buy a few land. I don't know, but I know I want to own more properties, because real estate is gold. Real estate will always be gold. Do I need to invest in buying more businesses or buying another business? I don't know. Or do I need to just wait when the market crashes? If it crashes, don't know if it's going to crash at this point. But I know one thing, real estate is gold, and I need to tap in that, and I need more than just my home, okay? I need to at least buy each of my kids their homes if I don't do anything else, okay? So I need to tap in freaking investing in real estate, properties, land, and even buying other businesses as well, okay? All that is here, but it needs to come out here in the real world, okay? The next thing is building a legacy. What does that mean for my family, for my kids, for my grandchildren? What does that mean? Does that mean grandma had this business, we need to sell it, or we need to take over, or, you know, grandma has 10 homes, whatever. What does that mean? What is this legacy that I'm building, and how do I create that legacy? Because, honey, I'm going to create a legacy for my children if it's the last thing I do. Of course, if God gives me enough time on this earth, I'm going to do that, okay? And that's pretty much it, guys. So that's what I've been thinking. I decided to turn on the camera, talk about it. So yeah, how do I take extra money that I'm making that I really don't need? How do I invest that into something else? Because the last thing I want to do, I don't want to be in my 80s, whatever, and say, oh, I used to make this. No, I need to have that to show for it. You know what I'm saying? Because so many businesses fail in the first 5 years, right? So what are you going to do to tap into the opportunity that's facing you right now? How do you multiply your wealth? All these millionaires are doing it, and nobody's going to tell me how to do it, so I'm going to figure out how to tap into it, okay? And I think that is building a portfolio where you have real estate, where you're investing, where you have, you know, stocks and all of that jazz, not just working in your business. There's more to it. So anyways, I just came on here, you know, on a Sunday, you know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Am I crazy? I think I am not some random girl on YouTube. So, yeah. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!
Get out the way. Who got a watch? Who got the time? I'm racing the clock. Even in my feelings, grind don't stop. Got big dreams.